They call it the capital of peace. This picturesque city, set between the Swiss Alps and the lakeshore, and home to the International Red Cross and the European headquarters of the United Nations, has been synonymous with humanitarianism since the signing of the accords that bear its name more than half a century ago. But over the weekend, supporters and critics of Israel descended on Geneva in advance of the United Nations Racism Conference, and they were prepared to do battle.
We, the Palestinian people, are victims of a racist order. The name of such order in South Africa was apartheid. Its name in our country is Zionism.
At an anti-racism rally held at the Place de Neuve, a handful of Palestinian activists and Jewish anti-Zionists joined together with a wide assortment of advocacy groups.
Boycott Israel's apartheid! Boycott Israel's apartheid!
They also held their own alternative event, the Israel Review Conference, on Saturday and Sunday, where, inspired by past campaigns against apartheid South Africa, they discussed convening international tribunals to try Israelis for war crimes, a legal campaign against the Jewish National Fund, and advancing the so-called BDS movement, an acronym for Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions. And though at least one Palestinian activist, a Jewish American living in Israel, acknowledged privately that some in attendance were clearly anti-Semitic, he said they were a small minority. Others rejected the charge out of hand.
Anti-Semitism, this is absolutely absurd. Zionism is at its core anti-Semitic and says that Jews cannot live in Europe. We wish to make Europe a very welcoming place for Muslims, Jews, minorities of every kind. We treat these accusations of anti-Semitism with utter contempt.
Meanwhile, across town, and in considerably more august surroundings, another alternative to the main UN conference was held on Sunday. The Geneva Summit for Human Rights, Tolerance, and Democracy brought together rights activists and political dissidents from around the world to discuss issues they say aren't getting a fair hearing at the United Nations.
We should not have to be here. It would have been far better, Mr. Ambassador, if France, the European Union, my country, the United States, Canada, Israel, and other like-minded countries had simply said no.
In fact, many of those countries did say no. The United States, Canada, Israel, Australia, New Zealand, Holland, Italy, and Germany will all be absent when the Durban Review Conference opens on Monday. Reporting from Geneva for JTA, this is Ben Harris.